In the previous episode, Winston and I went on a hike to see a remote lighthouse, which turned out to be much more interesting than I expected, plus I got a piece of carrot cake. On the way back, Winston got stuck in a swamp with a dead sheep, and we stopped to take some photos before heading back to the campsite via a disorganised shop as our biggest adventure continues. Morning everybody, just had my breakfast and finishing my cup of tea. It's a little bit drizzly outside. Well, it's not like a constant drizzle, it's a little bit of rain and then it stops, and then a little bit of rain and then it stops, and then a little bit of rain and then it stops, and it just continues like that. Today is another busy day because, well, there's basically lots to see in this area. Around this campsite. I could have probably done with more than 4 nights, because what happened, I like to stay in places for 4 nights because 2 nights, 3 nights I don't think gives you enough time, and 5 nights, 6 nights can make a trip very, very long. So at the moment this trip is 64 nights and I stay at each campsite for 4 nights. If I extend that to 5 nights, then that makes my trip 2 weeks longer just by staying an extra night. But 4 nights works well because 4 nights gives you 5 days. So you've got the day you arrive, don't really want to be doing much on that because you're kind of sussing everything out and you're tired from travel. You've got the day when you pack up and leave, so again you can't really do anything that day. So that leaves you 3 days left in the middle. So you've got 2 days for like full adventuring, going out, exploring, doing stuff. And then you've got 1 day, which I like to use as a rest day. And you can use that to do your laundry, sort some stuff out in the van, catch up on some work, catch up on some filming. Like, it's just kind of ties everything in together. And it allows you to rest again before the next big travel day and packing everything away and moving to the next campsite. And if push comes to shove, if there's something else that you really want to see, you've got that extra day there, just in case, you know, there's more stuff to do. Now, in the case of where we're at the moment, on the Isle of Harris, there is a lot more to do here than what there was when I was over on the Uists. There wasn't that much to do there, especially for me because I'm not really into, like, bird watching and all the other stuff. I like hills, I like hikes, I like good views. The beaches were great, but I couldn't do much on the beaches because the weather wasn't on my side. Whereas over here there's lots of stuff to do besides the beaches, although today I'm going to a beach. So today we're going to see a beach, we're going to see an abandoned bus, we're going to like a little Croft, like I think it's like a little honesty bakery thing. I want to try and go see a temple. There's a Butty Bus that I want to see, and there's also like a seal watching place where you're almost guaranteed to see seals. So all those things we need to do today, but it kind of goes in a loop. So we're kind of on this little bit of land at the bottom. It is joined to the top, but at the bottom there's a road that goes all the way around, and we're kind of up here. So we're going to go all the way around and tick off all those little things. Yesterday we went up and into a lighthouse in this bit of land. Now we're just staying on this bit. And I don't know whether that explained it well for you guys at all. I'm still a little bit tired, but it just means another long day. But I want to have a pod day tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, and I want to have a working day tomorrow, especially because I've got a lot of video editing in order to get the video out ready for Wednesday. So that's my day tomorrow. So anyway, busy day today. So let me drink my tea, brush my teeth, get dressed, get in the van, and we can crack on. I find it weird just kind of staring at the camera and myself and the camera and myself and the camera.
coffee cup to go, and I'm gonna hit the road tonight. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go. Turning up the stereo in a place I didn't know till now. In a different part of town, I see new colors as the sun goes down. No, it doesn't even matter to me where I go. Just feel I need to take a ride. I don't know when I'll get back. Keep on going and relax tonight. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go. I'm not heading for the stars, driving down this boulevard tonight. Yeah, playing Coldplay on repeat, watching people on the street as I go by.
So I've just had to pull my van over because I needed to get out and take some footage of this. Now please bear in mind that it is a grey and drizzly day. Imagine this when the sun is shining. There's some people on the beach down there and it looks absolutely heavenly. So this is Luskentyre Beach, and it's probably the most famous beach in the whole of the Outer Hebrides, but at the time I didn't know that. I just pulled over my van because I thought it looked nice and I wanted to get out and I wanted to film it. We're actually travelling to another beach. However, now knowing how famous this beach is, I wish that we had went and walked on it just to say that we had been there, but at least I got to see it. I'm going to say it again, I've said it loads of times, but I wish the wind wasn't so strong today because that would be amazing to go paddling on or swimming in.
I'm not heading for the stars, driving down this boulevard tonight. Yeah, playing Coldplay on repeat, watching people on the street as I go by. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go.
Right, so this is meant to be a trail, and they've bound all the gates up. Now, Winston hasn't got his lifting harness on, so I can't lift him over, but I think he can squeeze down there. So, let me take this off so he doesn't strangle himself in the process. And if I open that, he should be able to. Whew, it's like herding sheep, and he's gone. Oh no, he's like, oh, you're not coming? Yeah, I'm coming. I've got to climb the fence. Are you pooing? Why are you always going to poo? As soon as you get let off the lead, you have to have a poo. You know, you had a poo this morning when we went on walks. Let me get my bags out. So I think that Winston has to be off the lead in order to do a proper poo. Because when he's at home, he does his morning poo off the lead. When we're on a campsite, he's got to be on a lead, and they just never seem... He's so happy, bless him. They just never seem like he does a morning poo, but they're just kind of a bit pitiful. But then as soon as he gets let off the lead on these morning adventures, the first thing he does is take a dump. And it's always a big jump as well, like it's a proper one. So I just think he doesn't like being on a lead when he has a poo. I just think he likes a bit of privacy. And who can blame him? Look how happy he is, bless him. As if he hasn't been to a beach, as if he's never been to a beach before. Right, I've got his toy in my bag. I'm going to get that out for him so he can play with it. So sad news for Winston. I've left his toy back at the van. I didn't put it in the backpack. Don't tell him that I forgot it. At the moment he's not thinking about it. He's looking for his toy. I don't have it. I forgot it. I'm sorry. I don't have it. I know. Terrible mother. I'm sorry. I don't have it. You're just going to have to walk without it. I'm sorry. I don't have it. He's looking at me like, get out your backpack, get my toy, and I don't have it. I'm sorry, I forgot it. I'm sorry. Oh. So we were meant to get onto this beach from down here. Down here is where I park and there's a trail. But I went through the fence, followed the trail, went around the corner, and I just saw a big herd of beefy cows. And I was like, no thank you, turn around, walk back in the other direction. I don't like cows, and I especially don't like walking through cows with a dog. So yeah, avoided that. And then followed the road down, so you have to walk along the road a little bit, which wasn't too bad. It's a quiet road and there's a big grass verge. So we walked down that and then came on the beach down here. But there is something that I want to see, which is in this direction. I don't know if we can get to it from the beach without going through the herd of cows. So let's go have a little look. Over there, but that fence is open, this fence is cable tied and then got wire around it. So what we're going to do is, because the van is parked the other side, so on the road, so we're going to walk back down the beach, back up the way we came on, walk back up the road. I'll put Winston in the van and then I'll just head out for 5 or 10 minutes to show you guys what it is that I want to go see, and for me to be able to go see it, and then I can head back in the van. So that's the plan. I think it's going to be easier than getting him through all this fencing, getting him down there. I don't know if the cows are in the field that I want to be in, and then I'm to come all the way back because I don't want to walk through the cows, come all the way back and then get him through all this fencing again. So we go back, we go round, Winston goes in the van and I do that solo. Right, so that's the plan. Come on then, Fuzz, back the way we came, which is down this way. Where were you going? One more step along the world I go. Bet you thought I forgot, didn't you? I actually almost did. Just got it in there on the way back. Right, you gotta go back through the fence, Winst. Remember to breathe in and think skinny thoughts. I'll climb over first. You alright? I'm not going without you. too easy, didn't you? Hey? We'll go back on the lead now because we're going to the road. I know. Terrible mummy. Right, so Winston's in the van. I'm going to go see that thing there. This is known as the Scarista Bus, and it's an old bus that had been converted. When was green ever in fashion? You see loads of the old ones in green. When was a green three-piece suite ever the trend? Kind of spooky. It's looking at like someone's old camper van. Don't think I want to walk any further because I remember the floor not being there back there. You know what this reminds me of? A few years ago, I watched a movie which was based on a true story about a young boy who travelled on his own all the way to Alaska, and I think he had a dream of carving out a solo life out there completely off grid. He ended up finding this old bus that he lived in for a little bit. Sadly, he ended up dying inside the bus, and I think that's where they found him. And I believe, I might be mistaken, but I believe that that bus is still there and people go and visit it and they write little notes inside for him. So having this derelict bus, although yes, we're not in a remote place, we're not in Alaska, I mean there's a shop down there. But this derelict bus just reminds me of that movie. I can't remember what the movie is called. I'll try and remember the name or find it out and put it on screen. But if not, if anybody else knows what it's called, please stick it in the comment. Please stick it in the comments for me. Right, I'm going to go get back to my doggy and we are going to go to another bus for lunch. Now, at the time of filming, I assumed that this bus had been used by a couple or a family for travelling around, and then it somehow just got left in the Outer Hebrides. But after doing some research, the internet later told me that the bus was actually converted to be a clubhouse for the Western Isle Scouts, and it was basically a base for them to explore from. The bus was gifted to the Scouts after a caravan that they used to use was destroyed in a storm in 2005. Now, I can only assume that they used it as a clubhouse, but over time probably started to use it less and less, and now it's kind of just left there. Hey Fuzz, you alright? Yeah, you wanna go get some lunch? Okay. After getting lost in a car park and seeing another dory, not quite as cool as my dory, but still, I managed to find the Butty Bus. So I've just been to the Butty Bus, which is a converted bus into like a small cafe that sells various types of rolls and fish and chips. Now, I have to say it does look a lot more run down than the pictures on the internet, but the proof is really in the taste of the food. So I have got a black pudding and haggis roll. It was £4.50. I thought the prices are quite reasonable on the poster. So, I mean, yeah, it does look run down, but as long as my food's cooked properly and it's tasty, I'm all right. So I've got 2 slices of black pudding with a chunk of haggis in between. Had to get something that had a little bit of Scottish in it. I felt as though if I just got like fish and chips or something, not really the same, or if I just got a bacon roll, had to get the one with the haggis. So it is tasty, but it's not very hot, which gives me questions because the Butty Bus is just there. I can see him serving people. So I picked it up, came and sat in the car, did my little intro for you guys, and now I'm eating it. And I would expect it to be hotter. So therefore it makes me question how well cooked is it? I don't know, but it's tasty. I'll soon tell you tomorrow if it's been well cooked or not. Okay, so the verdict is I ate it all, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't the tastiest thing I've ever had in my life, and it wouldn't be something that I would come back especially for. But saying that, for what I paid and for what I got, I'm happy. Right, now let's go to, there's a community shop, so I'm going to go there and pick up some bits that I didn't get from the other shop that I went to yesterday because it stressed me out because it was so disorganised. We're going to go to the one down here instead. So this is the community shop, which I think is like an independent co-op. It seemed very similar to a co-op, but it had some extra local produce. So I got a couple of these tray meals from Charles McLeod, and I have to say I really enjoyed them. It was like having some home cooked comfort food. And obviously I can't forget to stock up on tins. Travelling around in the pod with limited refrigeration and not knowing when I'll get to a shop again, tins are just a cheap, easy and convenient solution. Now they were out of Tunnock's tea cakes, but they had the next best thing, which is Tunnock's caramel wafers. Now what is your favourite out of the two? Mine is the tea cake because I love the fluffy marshmallow, but honestly I wouldn't say no to either of them. Now whilst I was at the shop I noticed a fuel station, so I topped up on diesel whilst I was there. The pumps were self-serving and you have to pay in this little hut. Now do make sure you read the instructions so you get the right pump. It did take me a few minutes to kind of process what I had to do. And for those that are interested, the cost of diesel was 155.9 pence per litre, and that was in June 2024. We were then off to, I think this is our 7th stop. So we've done 2 beaches, 2 buses, 1 shop, 1 fuel stop. So that's 6. So yeah, this would be our 7th stop of the day. So we are now on walk number 2 of the day, and we're off to see a temple, although I think it's the ruins of a temple. So the van's back there, it's about a mile walk there, and then if we come back the same way, very noisy birds, if we come back the same way, there's obviously it's a mile back, and Winston did, well I walked just over 3 miles on the beach. I don't know what Winston did because he was off lead. But that would mean we did 3 and a bit miles on the beach. Winston then had a rest whilst I got lunch, went to the shop, got diesel, he slept in the van. And then if we go on this walk, this is going to be there and back 2 miles. But if he's feeling fresh enough, I'd like to come back through the coastal side. But that's going to be a little bit longer, not by much, probably only by an extra half a mile. But we'll see. If he's tired, I'll just take him straight back because it's going to be over 5 miles today. 5 miles of me walking. He does a lot more with him being off lead. But I don't know, 5.5 miles for a dog that's 12 years old and he's already had a lot of busy days, and he had a fair hike yesterday to the lighthouse. We shall see. He might just want to get back, in which case we'll come back the direct route. If he's still fresh, we'll go the coastal route. We'll just have to wait and see. Winston seems fine at the moment. this temple's going to be worth it. How's my boy doing? Doing good? Yeah? However much I was trying to enjoy this walk, it was just not pleasant at all. But I do have to say that whilst I'm sat here editing it from the comfort of my desk, the scenery does look pretty amazing. One more step along the world I go, and I'm not sure whether I should be singing it because it's the same day, but it's a different walk. So, does that song apply per day or per walk? I'm not sure. But I've thrown it in there anyway. This weather is crap, but the view is still pretty good. Oh, and look, I even agree with myself. There's the temple. I hope you guys realise what I go through to get you some good content. It's my own curiosity really, because I knew this was here, so if I knew the temple was here, so if I leave without seeing it, I'll always be wondering what it's like. Just like to remind you all that it's June right now. It's like June the 7th or something. Yes, I had snot running down my face here, but the weather was so bad I didn't realise. And I'm not going to cut this bit out because this is real life travelling, and no one can accuse me of glamorising my adventures when I'm wandering around in bad weather with snot running down my face. But now let's get to this temple. The only information that I could find on this was that it is a ruined chapel dating back to 1528, and it served as a parish church for the whole of Harris until the 16th century. I'm just sheltering a little bit inside here, but I'll be honest, this isn't worth it. It's nice and I would appreciate it more on a sunny day, but I don't think that was worth battling that wind and that weather along the coast. So let me know what you guys think. Do you appreciate this? Is this worth it for you guys? Because it's not for me. But we're going to head back to the van now. As I said earlier, I was hoping to go back down the coastal way because it was going to be more picturesque, but I'm not taking on that wind again, so we're going to go the way we came, which still involves a bit of coast, but then we kind of sneak behind kind of the sand dunes and cut through the field. So we're going to go that way because once we then get off the beach, it's a lot more sheltered. But yeah, I hope you guys appreciate this. I don't think it was worth it. Well, hopefully you guys did. Winston's having a great time anyway, so that helps. The temple was worth it. These views are pretty great. I think the views are better than the temple. But I suppose it depends what you like as a person, what your personal tastes are. I much prefer views to kind of old buildings, although I do still like old buildings and stone and craftsmanship and all that stuff, although I still appreciate that and I still enjoy looking at that. I much prefer a good view, especially when the wind's died down, which it has. I don't know how long we're going to get this peaceful grey drizzle. It's still not nice, but it's a lot better than what it was a minute ago. Park nice and close. Breathe in, think skinny thoughts. Oh, we're in Winston. Hey. Oh, was that windy? Yeah. Right, we're heading back to the campsite. We've got one more stop to make, which is on the way. Now I'm hoping we can stay inside the van for this one. I'm hoping so because, I mean, look at the wind. Oh, that's my hand. But look at the wind on the hedges. Okay, that's not as bad now. Oh, there we go. That's windy. So, why do I do this? I was talking to a man on a complete tangent. I was talking to a man outside the Butty Bus when I was stood in line this afternoon, and he was telling me that he comes over every year in June with him and his wife. And he said, we usually come over in June, he said, because it's beautiful weather. He said, I don't know what's going on this year. He said, but it's terrible. And I felt like saying, it's because I decided to come this year. I said, this type of weather seems to follow me around. I just seem to be jinxed by it. Every time I go anywhere for a walk, no matter what time of year, I've got this wind and this rain. So, I don't know, it was kind of kicking the teeth, to be honest, because he was like, it's beautiful usually every year when we come in June. And I'm like, oh. I spent ages planning this trip. And I am trying to make the most of it, but I think it would have been a lot better if we had some nice summer weather or even some nice spring weather. I'm talking about the weather far too much. I really am. I can't do anything about it. I've just got to deal with it and make the most of it, which is what we're trying to do. So anyway, Winston's assuming his position for sleeps. So he's going to go to sleep and I'm going to navigate us to our final pit stop of the day.
so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out.
So I lied. We had one more stop to make. But unfortunately, all the food is gone. Apart from one crab sandwich, which I don't really fancy. I wanted some cakes. Snooze, you lose. So here I was just being nosy and exercising my curiosity, but this is a lovely little honesty box for a local artist.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, so now we are definitely on our way to our last stop, so let's just start that music again.
1, 2, 3. I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. I wanna drive a faster car.
Winston, your head's in the way. I think this is fish farming. So, I don't know whether that could be... I mean, I don't know. Salmon? Mussels? I don't know what else. But if anyone knows what they would be farming in there, that would be very interesting. My guess is on mussels. They don't look big enough for salmon, and I don't think this is deep enough for salmon, although I'm completely speculating. But my guess is mussels. Onward.
Lay my troubles to rest. Blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. drive a faster car.
Okay, so we've reached our final stop, and it is a seal viewing point with telescope. So I'm going to have a quick jump out, have a quick look, and see if I can see anything. Oh, no, he fell. So the telescope cost £1, which sadly I didn't have because I'd spent all my pounds on showers. I can see them. I don't know if you can see them on here, but they are there. There's one swimming. He's down there somewhere. And there's a few on the rocks. I hope you can see them on the thing. Let's see if I can zoom in. Okay, so my action camera is terrible for this. There you go. You can see the one swimming, can't you? I'm sure you can see the one swimming. He's gone under now. There he goes. There's his little head over there. There's his head. Oh, there's also... there's one down here. There's quite a few swimming actually. I see another one. I don't think I've ever seen a seal before. I think this is my first seal watching experience. There's one over here. His head's popped up. Over here. Go back to Winston. He's not interested in seeing any seals, so he's just stayed nice and warm in the car. Should we go back now? You ready for beds? Yeah. No, nice snoozes for the rest of the day. Yes, you can. Nice snoozes for the rest of the day. You're such a good boy. Little old man, aren't you, hey? Yeah, you do good though. You do good. Right, let's go.
I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars, I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me.
Winston has been reunited with his children. He's so happy to have his toy. We've got your toy. Hey, do I leave it in the van? I did. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. Right, we made it back. The heavens have just opened up. It just started chucking it down as I was pulling stuff out of the van back into the pod. But that's okay. We're in the pod now. The heating is on. As you can see, I've left the pop top down. I put it down when I left because I didn't know what the wind was going to be like. And I think it's okay here at the moment, so I might put it back up again in a second and put the wrap around it. The only problem with the wrap is that once the wrap is on, you can't pull the pop top down so easily because you've got to go out and take the wrap off before you put the pop top down. So it just becomes a little bit more of a farce, but I think it might be okay to go back up in a bit. I've just left it down for the time being. I'm actually starving, so I'm going to make some mackerel and rice. The time is 5 o'clock. We've been out for most of the day. I'm not going to do any work now. I'm going to have some food and then I'm going to chill out and read a book for the rest of the evening before I head off to the showers. But we've had quite a busy day today. If I get my phone and just have a little recap of where we've been. So we first went over to Luskentyre Beach, where I stopped and took some photographs. We then carried on down to Scarista Beach, so that one where we actually walked along. We then saw that, what's the word? The bus that was just left there. What's the word? I'm going to say the word abandoned, but I don't think that's quite what I'm looking for. But we saw the abandoned bus. We then drove into Leverberg, where we went to the Butty shop, or was it the Bus Butty or the Butty Bus? Doing terrible here. So we went to the Butty Bus. Then we went to the community store where I did a bit of food shopping, filled up on diesel, and then we went back in the same direction and we went over to the temple. So we had another walk, very windy down the beach. We then stopped at Croft 36, which unfortunately had sold out of all its cakes. And then we drove back to the campsite via the seal spotting place, where I managed to see some seals, which I think is the first time I've seen seals. So, one very busy day. I'm very happy to be having a pod day tomorrow where we can just chill out and get back on top of everything. So the pod is still in the bed position, let me show you. So it still is a bed. I'm going to leave it like that. As I said, it's about 5 o'clock now, so I'm going to be transforming it. If I put it back into a seating area, it's only going to be there for about 2 or 3 hours, then I'm going to put it back into a bed. Who am I talking to, Wiggly? Eh? So, yeah, we're going to leave it as a bed for now and just have a chill out evening, but first need to cook some food. So Winston is getting fed soon. I don't know how he knows this, but he knows. And he sits there and stares at me and tries to tell me telepathically that I need to feed him. He's got about 3 minutes until he can be fed. I thought after such a busy day he would want to just sleep. But no, he wants to play with his toy. I walked 7 miles today. I don't know where he walked because he was off lead. But he's 12 years old. That's a lot for a dog of his age. And he still wants to play. Suppose it's a good thing. Although I would like a little bit of peace and quiet whilst I read. Yes, I'm talking about you. I'm not playing with your toy. I'm not playing with it. Oh. I guess I don't have much of a choice.